I was here when we could say without any hint of irony that we were members of the world's greatest deliberative body.
A giant in the United States Senate and in the state of Utah passing away tonight.
We begin Fox 13 News at 9 with breaking news tonight. Former Utah Senator Orrin Hatch has died at the age of 88. We have team coverage tonight with Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree, who will give us a look back at the life of Senator Hatch.
But we begin with Fox 13 News anchor Bob Evans, who has reaction from political leaders and friends from around the state. Bob.
Brian and Amy, without exception, everyone we talked to had nothing but good things to say about Orrin Hatch. Governor Spencer Cox said, "We're heartbroken to hear of the passing of Senator Orrin Hatch. His legacy of public service truly made a difference in our state and nation." Former Governor Gary Herbert said he was a great man and a great senator who represented Utah and America extremely well for 42 years. He was one of the great ones. He will be missed. Utah Senator Mitt Romney was elected to the seat vacated by Senator Hatch when he retired. Senator Romney said tonight, "A man of vision and unparalleled legislative accomplishment, Orrin Hatch served Utah and our country with honor for more than 40 years. Utah Senator Mike Lee said his more than 4 decades of public service made him the longest-serving U.S. senator from our state, but that only tells a small portion of his legacy. Former Democratic Utah Congressman Ben McAdams served in the House while Senator Hatch was still in the Senate. McAdams said tonight, when people talk about healing the divide in our country, they talk about Orrin Hatch and Ted Kennedy, how they disagreed, remained friends, and found solutions." And former Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz, who also served while Senator Hatch was in Washington, said, "Saddened to hear of the passing of Senator Orrin Hatch. God bless his family and endless thanks for his countless accomplishments for our country." We also spoke with Utah State Senate President Stuart Adams.
I count him as a great friend, and he wanted that personal touch. And I think that's what made him so effective. And I don't think he was just calling constituents. I think he was calling colleagues, other people he knew. And that's why he could reach across the aisle. And we know that he did a lot with Senator Kennedy, even though, and we do a lot of that in Utah.
This is an act of war.
As State Senate President Adams just said, Orrin Hatch's legacy is one of reaching across the aisle and working together with his Democratic rivals. His deep friendship, alluded to just there with the late Democratic Senator Ted Kennedy, was legendary. They would fight it out in committee meetings and on the Senate floor, and then they'd go over to each other's homes for dinner that night. That kind of camaraderie, sadly, is a thing of the past in the U.S. Senate. Senator Hatch's 42-year tenure made him the longest-serving Republican senator, as we've been reporting, in U.S. history, and certainly the longest-serving from Utah. He leaves a profound legacy of political achievement and great personal friendships. Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree joins us now live from the newsroom to reflect on the senator's life. Jenna.
That's right, Bob. Orrin Hatch was a senator from 1977 to 2019. He also served as the president pro tempore of the Senate from 2015 until his retirement. And at the time he retired, he had passed more laws than any other senator then alive.
Things weren't always as they are now.
Orrin Hatch was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He went to school at Brigham Young University and moved back to Utah in 1969 after finishing law school and practicing in his home city for 7 years. In his first year as a senator, Hatch worked to secure funds for the Water Reclamation Central Utah project, which continues to provide water resources for Utahns to this day. Hatch authored or co-authored many laws of the past half-century, including the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, the State Children's Health Insurance Program, and the Americans with Disabilities Act.
To achieve the unity that is our namesake, we must reject the politics of division.
Hatch was one of only a few senators in history to serve as a chairman of 3 major Senate committees: the Senate Labor and Human Resources Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee, and the Senate Finance Committee. President Ronald Reagan nicknamed him Mr. Balanced Budget. Hatch participated in the confirmation of more than half of all federal judges. He received the Presidential Medal of Freedom and numerous other awards and honors, including 14 honorary degrees from various schools.
May God bless the Senate, and may he bless the United States of America. With that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.
Hatch also served as a bishop and missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The Orrin G. Hatch Foundation says the senator credited his family and deep religious faith as the key to his success. He and his wife Elaine were married for more than 60 years and were parents to 6 children and dozens of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Reporting in the newsroom, Jenna Bree, Fox 13 News, Utah.
A somber evening for so many. Thank you for sharing his legacy, Jenna. We really appreciate it. Amy, you have a special connection to Orrin Hatch prior to your news career.
That's right, Brian. I actually got the chance to work with Senator Hatch. It was some 25 years ago. I was a press intern in his office when he was a senator there in Washington, D.C. I was so amazed by his tight, strict schedule that he kept. I was in an office right next to his personal office. I remember Senator Teddy Kennedy running in, squeezing by me to get a quick meeting in with Senator Orrin Hatch, and he was always respectful and kind to me, and he was busy. I remember helping present, different things from constituents, and he would try to help solve their problems. And as a young person trying to get, open our eyes to this world, I was really kind of taken by how he lived his life and tried to fill every moment. So love him or hate him with his politics, he was an impressive man and worked really hard for the people of Utah.
And Stuart Adams saying that he had no problem reaching over the aisle, and that's speaking, of course, to Senator Kennedy. So
yeah, pretty interesting those relationships that I was allowed to be. I had an honor of seeing firsthand. It was really something.
Of course, for the latest on Orrin Hatch, and as we learn more about what happens next regarding funeral services and such, we'll be sure to pass those on to all of you, both on air and online at fox13now.com.